You ever have one of those facepalm moments where you realize that you've overlooked something that you probably should have found a long time ago? Well, Eric Delaney commented on my last video and asked me if I had driven the Toronto street circuit. And I'm all like, went looking through the Overtake archives and found a Nukedrop track that was what I thought he was referring to, verified it with him, and he said, yeah, that's it. This is the Toronto IndyCar Exhibition Place 2023. It's a track that was released in May of 2021 by Tyrone and his team, such as it is. I think he's got a team. He's got a bunch of guys he works with all the time, so I assume that this was a collaborative effort like most of his tracks are. That all being said, I had overlooked this track. I hadn't seen it. I'm a tremendous fan of Nukedrop, love his work, have driven a lot of his tracks. If you actually just search for Nukedrop on my channel, you'll find a whole bunch of tracks that I have driven of his. And I missed this one. Facepalm moment, definitely. So Eric, thank you for bringing it to my attention as a track that I should drive. And to drive it, I am jumping in a for-pay mod, VRC Formula North America 2021 car. I'll put the link in the description. But this is a IndyCar facsimile that is as close to what might have driven on this street circuit in the era in which it was used. And we're going to see how we do here. I am not going to race, and the reason why I'm not going to race is I don't have pace in this car on this track yet, and so it would be a really sad race. But we are going to enjoy the track for what it is. Now, if you're really familiar with this track, you may note that the texture, the road texture, may not look as crispy as you're used to seeing it. I have gone into the tracks extension folder and found the ext config.ini file, and I have disabled the two sections. There are two sections for road texture, and I've disabled them. And the reason being is that in my particular configuration, I think it's due to the very, very bleeding edge version of custom shader patch that I'm running. I get a weird, like, screen goes completely white, and I can see like a mask of the road. I can see through walls, and it's in one particular section of the track. And as we come back around, I'll tell you where that is. It's right after this first turn here, like right about here, I would get fuzzing on the left-hand side. As I came around the corner, the screen would go white. And so I'd get difference in the two screens, the left and right here. But it was always consistently right in that area. Everywhere else on the track, perfectly fine. So disabled that in the configuration INI file, and Bob's your uncle. I can drive the track and I get no artifacts. It looks all cool. So I don't know if that is Tyrone needs to update something on this track to be more compliant with the current version of custom shader patch, or if there is a regression in custom shader patch for what he has done for this track. Either is possible. This track is great, though. It's relatively short. And this car, if you've never driven it, is fantastic. Feels really good, but it is skittish as all hell. It really, when under throttle, wants to rip the tires out from under you. So you have to apply the throttle really delicately. Especially in areas where you have even a slight degree of turn in the wheel. So as I was saying, the car likes to get a little excited if you push it a little hard. So we'll but it is fun to drive. Sometimes you can protect yourself a little bit from it by short shifting. First gear is a fun gear. Even second gear is sometimes a little bit fun. Yeah, if you've not driven Nukedrop tracks, you really owe it to yourself to get on board. He's got some amazing things. There's a local track here, local to me anyway, it's called Thunderhill, that he did an amazing job replicating. And it's, you know, always nice when you got a hometown track that is represented in such high quality fashion. He has done a lot of really cool stuff, mostly... Well, I shouldn't say mostly. A lot of what he has done most recently has been under contract. So his work is respected by people that are actually trying to build up expertise driving particular tracks in preparation for real races. And he builds the tracks and helps them do that. And I think that's how the Thunderhill came about, is that somebody had asked him or paid him to do that. But he's got a lot of tracks. If you join his Patreon as a member, it's really worth it. He's got a lot of work that he makes available on that site that is just tremendous fun to drive. Whether you're into Formula cars or GT cars, GT4 cars, GT3, even prototype type cars, he's got a track or set of tracks that are really, really fun to drive in just about all disciplines of car. So definitely check it out. He also, I think he's worked with some content creators as well. And gets involved in community racing as well, developing, you know, annual tracks for different events and things like that. So he's done some tremendous work. I really like Tyrone. He's a nice guy. He's always responded really quickly to me when I've asked him questions via his Patreon page or via the Overtake. Because this is actually where this particular track, I didn't download it through his Patreon, I got it through Overtake. And it's a pretty large track. So you can get it for free. You don't have to go to his Patreon to get this track. But I highly recommend joining his Patreon. I also recommend that if you do download this for free and you wind up using it, liking it, appreciating it, that you show that in some way, whether that's just giving him a tip via his PayPal or some other mechanism. Biggest trick of this track is just avoiding the wheel spin moments that slow you down. Oh no! No! That was suboptimal. I've squirreled the car a little bit, I think. Which makes sense. I'd at least damage the toe a little bit on that left front from that hit. So that's the Toronto Street Circuit. Really, really good drive. That'll bluff out. So Eric Delaney, thank you so much for the recommendation. I don't know how I overlooked this. I'm sure there's a lot of his older stuff that I just have not seen. Because most of what you look for when you're looking for new drives is things that have been updated within the last year or two. And when I started my Assetto Corsa drives is 2024? Late 2024. And through 2025 and into 2026. So earlier stuff was not, with rare exceptions, was not my target. This is a great car, though. RSS, so Race Sim Studio, also has a car from this era. It's 1 year earlier, a 2020 instead of a 2021. It's also a fantastic car. This one I drove not only because it was the more modern, matched the date on when this track was driven in Toronto in real life, but it felt a little squirrelier to drive. The RSS car was really, really easy to drive. Or easier, maybe not really, really easy. And, well, I don't mind a car that's easier to drive. I don't think it actually accurately represents these cars. Because if you've driven Indy cars in any sim, you know that they're a little bit, you have to drive them with a lot of intention, braking and accelerating, or they will do really bad things. Same can be said for a lot of race cars, but I'm not usually one that's very good at throttle modulation. I'm kind of a gorilla that way. It's like, it's all on, or it's all off. I don't do nuance well, and these cars require a little bit more nuance in terms of your throttle application, especially, where you do things like that. Fun track, though. Again, Eric, thank you for making the recommendation. That was a lot of fun. It is a fast, sweeping, fun drive, and especially in the right car. So hopefully you got a little something out of this, had a little bit of fun, and hope you come back for the next one. Thanks. Bye.
Spaß mache Rennsport.